So hey my YouTubers and everyone in the world, today is August the 26th. The time is now 5:49 p.m. guys. It was a beautiful Friday all day. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so you guys can see more of me. And make sure to visit my website adaycreations.com. It's always in the link down below. Now today we're going to be talking about seven creative ways on how to deal with difficult people, guys. I think that is so very important for us to know how to deal with difficult people because it's something that happens all the time. Now, the first easy way on how to deal with difficult people, guys, is to listen to them. You want to listen to understand the problem. You want to listen to them to see where they're coming from. You want to listen to them to see if what they're saying even makes sense. So don't listen to always respond, but I want you guys to start listening so that you can understand where someone else is coming from because you may see it one way while someone else sees it another way. Now, the second way on how to deal with difficult people in 2022, guys, is to remain as calm as possible. There are a lot of times where we are dealing with difficult people, and the key to maintaining that that sanity is just being as calm as you possibly can, because most of the time when you're dealing with a difficult person, what they're trying to do is they're trying to bait you into conflict. They're trying to get you started. They're trying to start problems. They just want to stress you out. So the key to dealing with a difficult person is to remain as cool, calm, and collected as you possibly can, because if it's hard to get under your skin, after a while, a person that's difficult will start to see that no matter what they do or what they say, you are in control of how you feel. Now, that is very important, guys. You got to be in control of your emotions. So start remaining as calm as possible and don't give in to the temptation of the negativity. Now, the third easy way on how to deal with difficult people in 2022, guys, is to be as open-minded as you possibly can. Now, I feel like this one goes back to the fact that we have to be calm and we have to be cool, calm, and collected. Like, we got to be willing to understand where that person is coming from. And that goes back to not being one-sided, meaning like it's important for you to be as open-minded as possible. It's important for you to try to understand where someone else is coming from. Even if you don't always necessarily agree, it's still important for you to, be as open-minded as you possibly can to how other people feel and how they may see things. Now, the fourth easy way, guys, on how to deal with difficult people in 2022 is to try not to take things personal. Try not to allow it to get under your skin to that point where you feel overwhelmed. Try not to, try not to say, okay, well, don't take it as that person is coming directly at you. Instead, maybe this is how that person is. Maybe they're just difficult with everyone. Maybe they just difficult because they had a hard time in life. So my advice when it comes to that is try not to take things personal, because when you start letting stuff go, life becomes so much easier. When you stop allowing the negativity to get under your skin and you stop allowing people to bother you, then guess what? Your life will be so much more simple. It's all about how you look at things. So if you stop taking things personal, you say, hey, maybe this person is just a miserable person. Maybe they're just unhappy. Maybe they've been through so much that they don't know how to be happy again. Maybe they like being mean and nasty to people. It's so many different things. But the point is, that has nothing to do with you. That's all on that person. That is their baggage. That's their load that they have to carry. So by you not taking things so personally all the time, guess what? Life just becomes easier. Period. Now, the fifth creative way today in 2022, guys, on how to deal with difficult people is to set limits and boundaries. Now, this one I feel is very, very important. Like, it's important for you to set those boundaries and those limits. Like, when I say set boundaries and limits, what I mean by that is it's okay for you to not take things personal, to be as open-minded as you can, to listen to what the person is saying without being too judgmental. However, you do have to put your foot down at some point in time if you feel like the person is bullying you or just constantly belittling you and disrespecting you. So with that being said, yes, I do feel like it is important, for for you to set those boundaries and say, hey, you said this, I'll let it go, but now you're going a little too far. And I think that it is important for us to put our foot down when we need to, because you don't want to be someone's stepping stool. You don't want to be that person that people come to with their nonsense just because they know you're going to take it. You have to set some limits and let people know how far they can go with you. You're a patient person, you're understanding, open minded, you're not taking it personal, but I'm not going to be your stepping stool. So, yes, at some point in time, you definitely have to put your foot down and let it be known what you will and will not tolerate and how far people should go. Because you don't want to be pushed over the edge. So, I think you have to take that into consideration as well. Now, the sixth creative way today in 2022 on how to deal with difficult people, guys, is to just know when it's time to walk away. Like sometimes we are engaging in different conversations with people. Things may not be going as well as we expected to, but guess what? It's important to know when to walk away, because some people are just naturally difficult to deal with. And it's not just towards you, it may be towards you and everyone else they come into contact with. So if that person is just a negative, toxic, difficult person to deal with, guess what? Sometimes you just got to know when to walk away and not be bothered. Because the problem when you stay there and you try to talk sense into someone that's insane, then you end up stressing yourself out. And now you're carrying a baggage of your baggage plus that person's baggage. So I do feel like it is important, for you to get to a point where you know when to walk away and say, hey, this is something that I'm not going to put myself through because it's unnecessary. When you're dealing with a difficult person, sometimes it's hard to talk. Sometimes they don't listen. Sometimes they just want to listen to respond, to have something negative and toxic to say, just to drag you down, to take your energy. So that's why you have to know when it's time to walk away. Some people you can't reason with. And it's just that simple. It doesn't matter if you're the most positive person, if what you're saying makes sense, if you're trying to, be, helpful towards them. Some people are just so toxic that they don't know how to not be negative and not, be belittling people and it just be rude and disrespectful. So yes, you got to know when to walk away. When to walk away. Just walk away and say, hey, I'm giving this to a higher power. I'm not going to put myself through it because it's unnecessary. Now, the sixth way on how, no, matter of fact, we're on number 7. The seventh way on how to deal with difficult people, guys, in 2022 is to give yourself credit for the fact that you've been patient, for the fact that you put yourself through such an uncomfortable situation, for the fact that you are a lot stronger than you know. So yes, give yourself credit, because when you do, you're letting yourself know like, hey, we got through this. And of course, we're going to come across someone else that's probably just as rude and disrespectful and belligerent and, difficult to deal with. But when you give yourself credit, you letting yourself know that you did something right. No one else has to give you credit. You give yourself credit. You thank yourself for being patient when dealing with difficult people, for not taking on too much stress, for knowing when to walk away and being as positive as you possibly can. Give yourself credit and let yourself know that you appreciate you. This way you stay in a positive mindset. You stay strong. You know that you're moving forward and you're not being stuck and held back by toxic, negative people. So give yourself credit. And a bonus for today, guys, on how to deal with difficult people in 2022, guys, is to debrief. Meditate on the situation. Talk to a friend or a family member or someone that you trust with this conversation and get that advice on how, like, this is what happened. Do you think I handled it right? Do you think it's something I could have done differently? Next time, God forbid, if this happens again, what do you think I should do? Talk to like-minded people. Get that advice, because they may help you to look at things from a different point of view, or they may agree with how you responded to these situations, because things like this happen. We deal with difficult customers, managers, co-workers, all types of different people. And guess what? There is no running from it. At some point in time, you will have to face the reality on the fact that there's just going to be difficult people out there, but you have to know how to get around them. So I hope that those 7 ways that we discussed today on how to deal with difficult people helps to open your eyes, plus that bonus for today, guys. If you like this video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up to show love and support, and make sure to visit my website, adaycreations.com. And of course, if you are not a subscriber, you need to subscribe to my channel because it's so much more lit stuff to come, guys. So until the next video, peace.